Hello my beautiful souls and welcome to my tarot reading. If you're new here, my name is Jem and in today's pick card reading we're going to be discussing what do people assume based off of your looks. So in pick card readings you can view them how you like, you can watch the whole reading or you can watch whatever pile catches your eye as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. The way that I read tarot is about self-reflection, it is about showing you the different options you have, and it is about hyping you guys up to remind you that you are good enough to do and achieve anything that it is that you want. So, before we hop into that, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what that means because obviously I try not to focus on like negative comments because like it's not the majority and it's okay if people, have things to say and it's not a reflection of me, it's a reflection of them. But I just want to clarify for anybody who doesn't quite understand what my message and goal is. It is not to manipulate you. It is not to tell you or, get something out of you guys. It's my whole purpose of doing tarot card readings is to hype you guys up, to make you realize how wonderful you truly are. And anything that comes in the messages that maybe you feel like are like, I'm not good enough for that. That's just a bigger sign to show you that that is meant for you. Like my whole goal is to encourage you guys, to hype you guys up and make you realize just truly how special you guys are. And it sucks that people out there, obviously people have trust issues and like that's not me again, and people project their own traumas and all that jazz. But for people to see me in a bad light or think that I am trying to like in some way manipulate my audience or keep my audience trapped is such a like mind-boggling thing to me, because it's like I'm actually trying to do the opposite of that. Like I want to encourage you guys to stop distracting yourselves with social media or stop distracting yourself with limerence or all these other things that are holding you back from living your true life. And like I want to bring awareness to that, encourage you guys, uplift you guys, so that you guys know that anything that you dream of and like and show you guys the way that your ego, from what I've learned, show you different ways of how your ego might be holding you back in life. Like, that is my whole goal. But anyways, we don't have to focus on that because, I'm not going to focus on the negatives. I'm going to rip that off my shoulder and be like, brush it off. And you know what? It's just a sign for me that my channel is going to blow up and it's just getting closer and closer to reaching my goals, because when you are just about to get to where it is you want to be, that is when you start to receive like a bunch of that's when more people are having their eye on you, and that's when you start receiving more hate. And like it's just part of the process, and it goes to show like you have to be willing to endure people's negative opinions about you, people's projections onto you, because they have no idea who you truly are, and it's just a mirror of them. They're literally calling themselves out on what they don't like about themselves onto you. So it just goes to show I am becoming, like my channel is just becoming more and more because I'm reaching more people. And now I have more of a chance to be receiving negative messages or, comments and stuff. And that is just part of the process. And if anything, I'm going to take that as, a good sign that what I'm doing is working. And it may be unique, it may be different, like especially with the Pinterest board stuff. But I love what I'm doing and I'm not going to stop doing it. And I know that there's people out there that enjoy it too. So, but anyways, and like I have nothing against, constructive criticism. If anything, please, let me know what you don't like about my readings. I want you to be like, hey, like, do you think you could change the way you say this? Or do you think you could say it a little bit more positively? Or do you think we could focus more on shadow work? Any of those constructive criticisms, I would love to hear. Like, I want to get better at what I'm doing. But when it comes to, like, you know, breaking down my character or shaming me or making me feel like what I'm doing is wrong in some way because it makes whoever's commenting uncomfortable, like, that's not my problem. And for those people who comment those things, like, are just gonna get blocked, are gonna be removed from my channel. We will never see your messages again. You know, sayonara. You're not the type of energy that is meant for these readings, you know? And like I said, nothing against constructive criticism. I've been criticized my whole life. Like, I literally went to school for, like, architecture. Every single thing that I created was criticized. And I had no problem with that because I knew that that was helping me grow as, you know, with my art. Like, I want to work as a team with other people. I want people to tell me what I could do better because it helps. That's why I post polls every day, because I want to see what you guys think. So, but anyways, that besides my rant, for those of you that listen to that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But let's hop into the pile selection. So for today's reading, we have 3 piles here. We have pile 1. We have, for pile 1, we have Anything for You. And then we have a beautiful girl. She's got like a tiny scar on her cheek. She just has a little tiny like scar on her cheekbone. She has beautiful lips. Her skin's very glowy. And she has long, straight hair. She also has like pretty thick eyebrows. Her eyes are like a hazy, like hazel. She has eyeshadow, smoky eye. She has beautiful lashes. Her eyes are like stunning. She looks like she has eyeliner that's going into even the corners of her eyes. And she looks like it's like a cat eye. She has a beautiful nose, beautiful, luscious, juicy lips. She's got a highlighter like on her collarbone. And she looks like her face is a little bit lighter than her like neck and chest. So there could be something about that could be significant. So if any of that resonates with you, please pick pile 1. For pile 2, we have the romantic. It's of this beautiful girl that has like bangs. She looks like she has layers in her hair. She also has a lot of she has a bigger cut on her cheek, and it looks like it's in the shape of a cross. She has these luscious, again, beautiful lips. She has like these 2 front teeth that like come out a little bit when she opens her mouth a little bit. So it'd be something about having like the 2 front teeth really sticking out. She's got like this highlight behind her that's shining in like a neon light. And behind that is, and I know it doesn't show the full image, but there's a heart shape like in the background. So there could be something about like hearts being significant. She looks like she's laying in like sheets, like silk sheets. So laying in the bed with like soft silk sheets. And her skin's super glowy. She has like a bit of a blush, like some blush on her cheeks. Her eyes look a little bit greenish, like hazel. Also, pile 1's eyes are a little bit brown. And that's what I have for pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have the dominant card. And it's of this girl leaning over, like she's on her stomach. She's laying on her stomach with her hand rested like on her head. And she also has bangs, like swooped bangs off to the side. She has like this gorgeous fluffy lash. And her lips are also very plump and juicy. She's like a nice jawline. She's got like a tiny little chin, tiny little button nose. And her, she's a scar coming from her eye to like her cheek. It's a little bit smaller than the second pile. And it looks like it has like some stitches in it. She also has like this cute little earring with these neck earrings in them. And she also looks like she's resting on some sort of bed. So that is what I have for pile 3. If any of those catch your eye, click on the pile and let's hop into the readings. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what do people assume about you by the way that you look. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this reading is going to be Pinterest only. I do have a deck on the side because there are some images that I wanted to ask questions about, so I might pull 1 or 2 cards on top of that image to see what comes out. And maybe we could do a little bit of shadow work messages as well. I think would be a little bit fun for those types of image, maybe like pulling like a question at the end. To see like what we could reflect about today would be fun after we do the Pinterest reading. So that's what we're going to do today. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you don't like the Pinterest readings, maybe check out a different reading. I also want to have a quick reminder, my bio links to my website where you guys could donate a deck to my channel or tip me through Cashapp. I also sell words of affirmation t-shirts to serve as a reminder to you guys of how wonderful and blessed you guys are, because the purpose to them is to radiate that abundant energy and uplift others around you. Because the love that you put out into the universe is the love that you attract tenfold. Also, 20% of the profits I make every year is donated to a mental health charity. And additionally, I sell personal readings. So I do have bundles displayed and single deck readings that go for 30 minutes. Every single deck you see on my channel is listed there, even the Pinterest board. And lastly, I do have duo readings I'm going to be selling soon. So like 2 decks that usually are paired up when bought. And if you're interested in that, check it out. Okay, so let's hop into your reading. So the first thing I got was this one here. So this was the first image. So I scrolled on the Pinterest board and this was one of the first images that popped up that caught my eye. It says, "Not in the mood, approach with caution." So there could be what people could be perceiving you at in this right moment, Pile 1, is they could be noticing that maybe you're not in the mood right now. Or people could be thinking that maybe you just have like a face that looks like very serious, very mysterious, and some people could be a little bit intimidated to approach you. So people may approach you with caution. I also got this where it's of an image. I think this is a Silas image again. There could be something about like being in the shower. So the way that people perceive you is maybe there are people out there that are perceiving you as being in a relationship or being with somebody like Silas, or there could be something about maybe there's, I don't know why this popped up, but maybe there's like a photo or something or some sort of post that you made or posted where it was like being in the rain or being in the shower and people were like, maybe people perceive you as somebody that takes a lot of showers. Maybe there's something about people could be seeing your relationship as being very hot and steamy. That could be something. So the next thing we have is, I hope you heal from the things you don't talk about. So people could be perceiving you, Pile 1, as somebody who is healing from the things that maybe you haven't addressed, maybe the things you haven't talked about. Maybe something in particular could be this is a sign from the universe to talk about the things. Like, for example, sometimes we need to talk about the things we endured so that we don't, suppress them and make them. Because I think there's a thing where it's like when we suppress trauma, they go so deep down subconsciously inside of us that we end up, recreating that trauma because we haven't properly faced it. We haven't properly reflected on it. We haven't let ourselves mourn about it or, actually feel what we're supposed to feel. And there could be something about, this could be a sign saying, like, this could be a message saying maybe to talk about it with a therapist, or talk about it and think about it and journal about it. And so that you can heal from it. And for those of you that maybe have done that and are doing the work to self-reflect, this could be a sign that you're doing a great job and that people are seeing you as somebody who's healing and growing and just getting better and better. So I wanted to actually pull a card for this. I think would be fun. Let's see what we get here. So we have a white and black deck. So there could be maybe some black and white thinking that's happening. Like some black and white thinking. Let's see what message we have. It says stopping freedom. What is stopping you from experiencing freedom? Maybe there are some limiting beliefs or black and white thinking. But maybe that's a question to journal about. And then we have also releasing anger. It says, I can feel my anger melt away when. So what helps you release your anger? When do you, does exercising help? Because I know that's like a common thing that people say, but what else may help release your anger? And then this one wanted to come out. It says, defining moments. Look at your life experiences so far. What have been the defining moments or turning points? So what have been some like beautiful things that have happened, some blessings that have happened for you, pile one, that has made such a beautiful impact on your life that, has really helped you to become the beautiful butterfly that you are today. So that is what I have with that. Some cards here. I do have a tarot card deck that we will use as well with maybe some of the other messages that come out. So let's see what we have. Okay, so this one is so cute. I love this image so much. There could be something about having like miniatures. Like you could have like, okay, so this could be a specific message. Every time I see like miniatures pop up on my Pinterest readings, I think about somebody who's really delving into their inner child and making these little like miniatures, like models or miniature like little like toys and stuff. Maybe even, playing with their children and like playing with these making little like toys for them to play with. If that doesn't resonate with you, this could just be a message to you that maybe you've been like dieting or taking care of your body, maybe eating more like fresh foods, organic, like healthier like items. Maybe you've been eating like salads and stuff. Or maybe you've been eating at like Olive Garden. I don't know. Maybe people are perceiving you as somebody who has been like taking really good care of themselves and like eating healthy. And maybe people are really inspired or like inspired by you and the way you've been taking care of yourself. What else was I getting with this? I was also getting like, maybe you're kind of small, pile one. So like everything you do, like everything you carry, the meals that you eat, like there could just be something about everything looks small because you may be small. So it's like people are like, oh, like look at her toy, like her toy outfit or something, because like you're just like a smaller fit. There could be something about that. But yeah, that's what I have with that. Then we have this one came in. And this was a video. Let me bring down the brightness. So this was an image that popped up on the Pinterest board, and it was like this little duckling that like molds into the Cinderella's shoe, and he's like, ta-da! And it says, if the duck is the prince and the shoe fits perfectly, why did it fell? For some of you, maybe you guys, like, English isn't your first language. So maybe, like, you may talk, you may say things, like, a little bit differently. And the reason why I say this is because the fact that they said, why did it fell, is funny. There could be something about, also with this duckling here, maybe you have a duck, maybe your spirit animal is a duck. Maybe like this duck represents you in some way, and the way it's trying to fit into this glass slipper. Maybe you're not meant to fit in, that mold. There could be something about that, like thinking that you need to fit into a certain mold. You're beautiful just as you are. And there could be something about, maybe you have really like nice heels. So that's what I have with that one. Then the next one here, okay, before you click off, this one is just like a message. It doesn't have to resonate or fit with you. But it says, I'm so poor, I can't even pay attention. So there could be some of you that maybe are struggling with your finances. Maybe you're struggling financially, and maybe you've been focusing a lot of attention on it, or focusing all of your attention on that it's been kind of getting in the way of you focusing on the positives, or focusing on what you do have and that you can survive and that you can do anything. Because sometimes when we're so focused on surviving, we stay focused on just surviving. We let our fears get in the way. We let our whole ego take over our whole bodies because we're so focused on just trying to survive that we lose sight of being present in the moment. We lose sight of the different possibilities and opportunities that are handed to us that are like, hey, you know, this could be a chance that you could take that really could boost your ability to grow and make, you know, a lot of money. But we surpass them, we look past them being like, that's a risk I'm not willing to take because I need to survive. But then you are limiting yourself, because what if that risk was something that could have benefited you like greatly? So there could be something about that. And sometimes that comes with like victim mentality as well. Like sometimes when we are struggling, we are so stuck on just struggling, and we get told all these limiting things about like, oh, like, you know, nowadays the world is evil, or nowadays like people are just out to get you. Nowadays people are trying to scam you. X, Y, and Z. All these limiting beliefs that are not true. People will tell themselves that that is the case so that they are comfortable and they can stay comfortable with where they are in the present moment. That's what they tell themselves to stay stagnant in life. And that is not who you are, Pile 1. Those are things that you are releasing. You are shedding that victim mentality. And even if you have nothing on the side of the road, living in a freaking trash bag, you know that you are worthy of anything, and that you can still be happy in that moment with absolutely nothing, and still see yourself as somebody who's worthy, that can do anything that they dream of doing. Because God made you. God created you. You are worthy of anything, no matter what you have. And that's why I love the Magician card so much, is because the Magician card is a reminder to you that even now, if you feel like you do not have the tools to do what it is you want to do, or to you know, go in the direction you want to do, the Magician card is saying, no matter what you have in this very moment, you can take action now towards what it is you want to do in life. No matter what you have. So you'll make it work. Trust the universe. Trust the process. Know that the universe has your back. The universe isn't going to let you fall back. Trust me. Trust me. You will have blessings coming in X, Y, and Z in all different directions, being like for example, something that I could say, I was struggling, had literally not even like negative amount of money. Like I literally had like negative money in my bank account. And somehow the universe, like I literally did have no money for gas. And somehow, I don't even carry cash on me. Somehow there was $5 just chilling in my car. Like out of nowhere, came in, and it was tied up in like a bow. Never in a million fucking years have I ever done that to a dollar bill. I don't know where it came from, but it's like you find these little blessings, and they come always at the right time when it's like you need it, you know? But anyways, there could be another thing about how, it's funny how this is like a play of words where it's like, I can't even pay attention. So there could be something about, maybe the universe is calling for you to focus more on being present in the moment and not worrying so much and not stressing yourself out so much. You know, even if we could still find appreciation and gratitude to where we're at right now in the present moment. So people could be perceiving you as 𝑒𝑒𝑚 as somebody who's really focusing on surviving. Maybe you were kind of in your fight or flight mode. Maybe you been really anxious and just like stressed out. And the universe could be saying like, take some time to rest. You don't need to be running around, you know, like take some time to rest, take some time to reflect, look inward, take a deep breath. You got this. You freaking got this. I thought this was fucking funny as hell. 𝑒𝑒𝑚. It says, I eat cement. It is a little cat. You could have like a snot-nosed kitty cat that is a crackhead that like just does crackhead things. Maybe there would be like the one to like start eating crayons and you're like, why are you eating crayons? Why? Or maybe you have like a child that's like just a little like dummy. Obviously because they're like still a kid. Or this could just be something is that you're really funny, you're really silly, and you'd wear like maybe you'd wear like silly things like this and it just fits with your personality, 𝑒𝑒𝑚. People could see you as somebody that's just like goofy. You say like the most outlandish things. And maybe this is your personality, like this little black cat. Another thing I'm getting is maybe for some of you could be a bit of like cave dwellers. Maybe for some of you, like how people are perceiving you as somebody who really likes to, you know, be in their own personal space, not really somebody who likes to go outside. Kind of just likes their own warmth of like their own space. And this could be a message from the universe is there's nothing wrong with wanting your own space and enjoying your own personal space. But if you feel like you are like mourning or feeling like there's some void inside your soul missing, it could be friendship. It could be, you know, going outside and spending time with people and enjoying life with others. Maybe this could be calling for you to join some sort of class or to, you know, meet new people and it really experience life outside of your comfort zone. Then we have pearl blonde. For some of you, people could be perceiving you as somebody who really likes their own personal space, maybe somebody who's like an introvert. We do have the number 7 here on her shirt, which represents reflection, self-reflection. So there could be something about, you could be self-reflecting about this. And then pearl blonde, there could be some of you that maybe have this hair color. And people could really love your hair color. Another thing I was getting, you could have a really nice booty. Literally there was like 2 cards that came out. I didn't pull the other one because it was a bit inappropriate, but yeah, definitely really nice booty. We have caution, you may fall in love. So for some of you, there could be something about, if you're single, there could be a message about how love is coming in and you're kind of like maybe cautious about it, but it's saying like some really nice love could be coming in for you. We have sister. It says a best friend for life, the one who shares a closeness with you. No one understands your support, your guardian angel. 𝑒𝑒𝑚, you could have a beautiful relationship with your sister. You could have a lot of sisters. People could be perceiving you as somebody who has great sisterhood. You could be a great sister. People could love how you sister them. Maybe you're like a great friend and you're like almost like people's older sisters. You could be someone that has a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom to share. And you could just be somebody who like protects like your friends. We have insecure boyfriend, girlfriend that thinks he's the prettiest boy in every universe. There could be something about, for some of you, you guys could be already in a relationship where this could be the dynamic. Either this is you, the insecure boyfriend, or you are the girlfriend that thinks he's the prettiest boy in the world. Or this could be vice versa, that maybe you're the insecure boyfriend and they're like the like you could be the insecure girlfriend and this could be the boyfriend that thinks you're like the prettiest girl in the world. So this could be also a sign for you that love is coming in, and this could be the dynamic of the relationship where this person maybe helps reflect and heal and show you maybe some things that were getting in the way of your relationship that could be really healing and A great loving connection for you, pile one, that could be coming in. Another thing I'm getting is there could have been some sort of hardships. So this could be, I know this is like very general, but I just want to take like all the different messages that this could be saying with these images. But this could be past relationship as well. Maybe this is a relationship that was a hard relationship to deal with because maybe your past lover had a lot of insecurities to go through and maybe projected that a lot onto you. And maybe that's something that could be the reason to maybe you might be in a bad mood, is that maybe you've dealt with a exit or like an ending of a relationship. If that doesn't resonate, this could be a message for you, pile one, that's saying that maybe there's love, beautiful love coming in for you. And this could be a situation, a possible outlook on this relationship, saying like, if you are not willing to work through maybe potential some insecurities that you may have, it could cause a lot of hardships in this relationship that this universe, provides you. So keep that in mind. People could be perceiving you as somebody who may be struggling with relationships, or maybe somebody who has a really beautiful partner coming into your life, or people could be seeing you as somebody who's having this great relationship. We also have this thing that popped up. It says, in this house, we dream big, we love Friday, watch scary movies, always show up, like to dance, enjoy good food, always come home, are friends till the end, play games, love family. And I love how each quote has the specific scary movie villain to be like what fits for each one, which is so cute. People could really love your little like trinkets. People could love your decorations. Maybe you're a really big fan of horror movies or horror, like the horror genre. There could be something about, you could be like really big into arts and crafts. Maybe you have a talented daughter, or you have that sweet like inner child that's very talented. That's maybe people are perceiving you as. People could really love your arts and crafts. So this is another image that popped up. It's really giving me like Latina vibes, or Latino was coming out. So there could be something about people are perceiving you to have a really nice haircut. Maybe your boyfriend has this type of haircut, or maybe the guy that you're going to be talking to, or there could be just something significant about this haircut. But what I was getting to with this is like, what was I gonna say? You could be maybe a hairstylist. You could be a barber. Maybe you're really good at cutting hair. And people could be perceiving you that way. Some people could be perceiving you as dating like a really like handsome man. Some people could just really like your haircut. People could be like, wow, their haircut is so nice. Really love the layers. Really love the texture. It's so shiny and glossy. Another way people could be perceiving you is just like maybe they perceive you as somebody who always has their hair done and always has their hair like cut like perfectly. So we have I love you, weirdo. So you could be maybe a bit of like a weirdo, and that's what makes you unique, special, beautiful. And people could really love that about you. People could love your weirdness. People could love your little goofy quirks. People could love the little stupid jokes. The little like silly things that make you weird. Like maybe you're like the type to like I just thought of those like funny I don't know, just like some outlandish crazy shit. Like I'm trying to think of something in particular. Like those like stupid TikToks where people are just making like I don't know. I just feel like you could be really funny, Paiwan. And you're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to be like a little weird. And like we need to be weird. What the fuck? Like why not be weird? Why would I want to be normal? That's what makes me basic. You know, like let's not. Um so we have the art of letting go. There could be something about, I hate how this makes my screen look. There could be something about the art of letting go. So you could be releasing something, letting go of something from the past. Maybe we could pull a card to ask what exactly that is. So wow, it says holding on. It says, what are you holding on to that still hurts you so deeply? I didn't even mean to say so, but it says you deeply. So there could be something about, this could be reflecting or asking you, what is hurting you still so deeply that you may be holding on to that could be holding you back in life? That could be something to talk to about with a therapist. Let's see what we get with the white card. And we have inner warrior. How does your inner warrior help you confront your shadow self? So there could be something about finding a lot of courage or you have courage to face your own ego and to not let your ego like rule your world. There could be something about you could be really strong and courageous and have a lot of inner strength, pile one. It's kind of giving like the Wizard Liz. Like you kind of look like the Wizard Liz. Honestly, your image looks a lot like the Wizard Liz. So there could be something about that. You could also just be like maybe talking to a therapist or something that has really been helping you. Oh, okay, let's see what else we got. The next image we have here is this beautiful dress. So, pile one, you could have really stunning dresses. People could love you, the way you look in a dress. You could have a beautiful body. There could be something about like summer dresses. The way people are perceiving you is being as somebody that has beautiful dresses. You could be very feminine. You could have beautiful curvy body that just fits perfectly in like the dresses you wear. People could love to see you in a dress. We have music on, world off. There could be something about maybe you're somebody who, you know, when they're trying to calm down or just like collect themselves, or you just like to listen to music. You put your music on, you shut out all the world, and you're not really paying attention to the world anymore. You're kind of just like jamming out in your own world, having fun. And people could notice that about you. Maybe a lot of people have noticed what you're wearing headphones, you're not really listening, you're not really paying attention. They're kind of like, wow, like she's in her own little world and she's vibing, she's having fun. They could be like, damn, like there could be people out there that are kind of like, you know, I want to go up and talk to her, but she's wearing her headphones. I don't know if she's going to hear me. Oh, I was also kind of getting like maybe something specific, like a specific location is maybe at the gym. You could be like, there could be people that want to come up to you like at the gym. Some people could be perceiving you as somebody who's Korean. Maybe you have like really beautiful skin and people could be like, wow, like maybe think that you're Korean. We have banana milk. There could be something about drinking like really healthy drinks or just like drinking like banana milk, eating like healthy things. Maybe you've been making your own food, making your own smoothies, and just like living and loving life. People could really love your sneakers. You could have really cute sneakers. You could look very athletic. People could love the sneakers you wear. Maybe you wear like sneakers that really fit your foot. There could be something about like this is a really weird message, but it came out. There could be something about your feet because we have the glass slipper came in here. And we have this next photo about toes here. So there could be something about maybe your feet, like people have noticed that maybe your feet are small, so maybe they've noticed that like you're a smaller petite person. There could also just be something about, if that doesn't resonate, this could be something about like people just love your sneakers. You could have like a bunch of sneakers and all of them are really nice and you mix and match them with your outfits. People could see you as like this is a drawing from in Joker and Batman style, but it's supposed to be Jinx from 𝐸𝑋𝑒 and I think her love interest, I forgot what his name is. But there could be something about maybe you're like a bit crazy and your lover's like very chill and kind of just like throws you over the shoulder. You're like, okay, come on, crazy. But like you're not like somebody who um you're not like a crazy like I think the thing I want to say is like you may struggle with regulating your emotions, but it's not in like a toxic way. Like we're not like romanticizing being a toxica or whatever because that's not healthy. Like that's just like, romanticizing abusive, mentally abusive behavior towards like a loving partner. And that's not what we're gonna do. So there could be something about like you may be a little bit crazy in a way of like you're very goofy, outgoing, um, and like you're really in your inner child, but not in a mentally ill, toxic way towards your partner. You're somebody who's working on themselves. You're somebody who's figuring out how to love your partner better. Some of you could be working out and you guys could be like developing abs and like really like honing in on your physique. We have your life isn't yours if you care what other people think. So pile one, there could be something about you don't care about what other people think anymore. You could be really healing that egotistical part of ourselves as Jesus Christ, as perceiving that everybody's has something to say. So for example, something that I have actually watched a video about recently was about this therapist. She was actually a psychologist on YouTube, and she was talking about how sometimes our own egos get in the way of our own friendships because we start to take things a lot more personally than they actually are, and accepting people for who they are, which is somebody who's different. And like, don't get me wrong, you get to decide what type of relationship you want in your life and what type of energy you want in your life. But also know that there may be some really good friends out there that you may be taking what they say a lot more personally because of some past experience or past trauma that's making you perceive everything in a negative light. So this may be a very specific message for somebody. But there could be something about maybe not having the best relationship with your mom, or maybe you had a past relationship with a friend and that friend maybe betrayed you, or you have some sort of trauma from a past friendship that hasn't been fully healed. And this could be something about saying that just because that person has hurt you in the past doesn't mean that every other female or every friend that you meet is going to treat you like how they did. And everybody's different. The best you can do is ask them, hey, is that what you meant? Were you trying to be malicious when you said that? Or like, what did you mean by that? Or you could be like, ask them, be like, what did you say? You just ask them to repeat themselves, and they may be like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. Like, I meant it this way. Instead of assuming that they're out to get you and then cutting that relationship out of your life. Because, they may not even be being malicious at all, but we're perceiving it that way because we're letting our own, clouded judgment and our own traumas and our own ego keep us away from, developing those beautiful relationships with others because of our ego is trying to protect ourselves and keep us stagnant in life. So we have meow, and it says waiting for something to happen. So this could be, another thing, the way people are perceiving you is that people are perceiving you as somebody who doesn't care what other people think. People are perceiving you as somebody who maybe is waiting for something to happen. People could be seeing you in a position of like you're waiting, or that you're waiting for things to happen for you. So this could be a message of maybe from the universe as well, saying, what are you waiting for? Or this could be a message saying maybe it's time to take action. Or this could be a message that's saying maybe you need to wait. So I guess ask yourself, how does that resonate? Then we have, that's some bullshit. So there could be something about, I hate how the camera does this because it's a black image and that's why it's doing that. Let me wipe my camera. I'm gonna get a new camera soon, guys. I'm gonna save up some money to get a better camera. Just FYI. So, there could be something about your sheets. Or there could be something about like a ghost. Maybe there's a ghost. Because I was also getting that, like a ghost of an ex or a ghost of like some sort of past person still lingering and needing to be kind of like, you know, left behind. I'm also getting like, it says that's some bullshit. People could be perceiving you as, people could be like, being like, I feel like people are at your defense, pile one, and people want to like protect you and be like, hey, like, what that person did was, you know, BS, and it was unfair, and it, like, they're kind of like thumbs down with that. Like, they're like, I don't like that. Like, you deserve better than that, pile one. So it could be something about that. There could be like, this could be you, and then this could be like a man here, and he's got like a bunch of band-aids and scars on his face, and she's like trying to heal him. So people could be seeing you as somebody who's like a healer. People could be seeing you as somebody who like really cares and wants to take care of others. And you could be like somebody that pours their heart and soul into trying to help others. And maybe this is like a past version of yourself that you could be healing from, because maybe it attracted like the wrong types of people. Maybe like it was people pleasing, and maybe it was like the wrong people that you were like, you know, doing that with. So, but if that doesn't resonate, this could just be that maybe people have noticed that you really pour a lot of your energy into your own cup, and that you prioritize yourself, and that, you know, you're like, this could be a new lover that's coming in, or a new lover that you're dating currently, that is very, you both are in your own power, and you both have your own individual, you know, selves, but you come together and uplift each other and support each other and grow to be even better superheroes by being there for each other and by supporting each other, and not in a way of codependency where you negate or like self-sacrifice yourself for your partner, but in a way of like saying, when I have the time to put in and show the care, I will. You know what I mean? Like, you prioritize yourself, and when you have the time for your partner and to help your partner, then you can. When you have the space to do it on your plate, you know, when you have the extra cup that's filled to give and pour that energy into your partner. Then you could be a Pisces, because we do have, did my iPad just automatically like brighten up or something? Because like what the actual diddly daddly, okay? Because I did not ask for that. We have my new purse. There could be something about blueberries. Maybe you're like a blueberry. People could, I just thought of like Violet from the Willy and the Chocolate Factory, or whatever the hell. She turns into a blueberry. So there could be something about like chewing gum, like blue gum, or there could be something about maybe just blueberries. Maybe you eat a lot of blueberries. Maybe people are like, oh my god, she eats so many blueberries, she's gonna turn blue. Or there could be something about, maybe you have really cute like little accessories, like maybe you have a Coach bag that has little blueberries on it. That's really cute. You could also be a Pisces because it says Pisces here. And there could be something about just having cute accessories. People could be perceiving you as somebody who might be a little bit blue. Maybe you're a little bit sad, or, you know, healing through stuff right now. We have Kirby. You guys could be like big fans of Kirby. Maybe having like cute little decor of Kirby. This one is so funny. I'm dead. What the hell is this? Oh, that's cute. You guys could have cute tattoos, like really nice tattoos. Maybe colored tattoos specifically. Or just like cute little, there could be something about Hello Kitty really coming in. Maybe you guys have been eating a lot of, maybe like this summer is gonna be such an amazing summer for you, 𝑒𝑚. I think there could be something about like maybe you're eating a lot more like healthy or just like eating more. Maybe you're just like really living and like you're going to go get acai bowls, a little boba tea with some friends and, you know, catching up and seeing like how's everything going to the gym, you know, just really thriving, 𝑒𝑚. And you're going to have the money to do so. Like the universe is going to bless you. Also this image came in, which I thought was interesting. Oh, and look, she's wearing high heels. Maybe you guys wear high heels. Maybe it looks really nice. Maybe you wear like some high heels. This image was really giving me like mental illness a little bit, struggling with mental health. So let's see what card we get. We have acting out. And we have strengths. Inner warrior came out again. Okay. Interesting. So, we have acting out. Ooh. Did not mean to do that. This could be maybe something to do with love. Maybe mental illness when it comes to love life. It says, recall a time when you acted out of character. What happened? Okay. And then it says, how can you transform negative shadow traits into strengths? So, how can you transform negative shadow traits into strengths? So something could be instead of acting out, instead of reacting, right? So let's say you're triggered, you're feeling triggered. Let's say your partner said something that you didn't like. Maybe they didn't mean anything by it. Maybe they just, like, there was no ill intention behind it. But it triggered us, and it made us angry. And your feelings are valid, 𝑒𝑚. Sometimes what we could do, instead of acting out and reacting and blowing up on them and, you know, sometimes we could sit in that discomfort feeling, take a pause, ask ourselves, what about what they just said upset us? Why did it upset us? Now, deep down, dig deep, being like, okay, deep down, what they said upset me because there was this one time where my mom, you know, or my dad, or my sister, or my old friend, or whoever said this about me, or did this, or treated me like this, and it really upset me. And it's something deep still within me. And noticing that now, right? Noticing that in that moment. Talk to your partner to be like, hey, I know you didn't mean X, Y, and Z by this, but this is how it made me feel because I've experienced X, Y, and Z in the past. Do you think that you can maybe not say that next time? Or say it in a nicer way, or maybe let's not just have that conversation at all. And like, don't get me wrong, we can't control our partners, but what they can do is hear you, be considerate of your feelings, and not do it the next time, which majority of the time they will. But if they continue to disrespect your boundaries, then you get to decide whether or not you want to keep this person in your life. Because again, we can't control people, but there could be something about like this person also, and boundaries aren't in ways to like, control people, but it's as a way to protect yourself. And also, it's another thing is like that aspect of whatever hurt us, they didn't mean that in that way. So now that we know if they were to say it again, on accident, like let's say, you know, that's just who they are and they accidentally say it and they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean it. That could just be us remembering that by them saying that, there was no malice intent behind it. Because again, nobody's perfect. But yeah, I guess take that how that resonates. I hope that helped. So, We have Silas, and like she's sitting on his lap and he's got her like hands tied up like behind her. So there could be something about I keep getting Silas with this reading. So there could be something about there could be people that really, how people are perceiving you is people could be perceiving you to be really sexy. People could be perceiving you as somebody who likes to have your hands behind your back. People could be perceiving you as somebody who likes to like be looked up to, maybe in multiple ways, such as like he's looking up to her, like in this the way they're sitting, or it could be actually like mentally like people look up to you. People could like your outfits. Like it's kind of like seductive detective vibes. Like she's got like you could have a very like people could think you guys are very into each other, and maybe very have a lot of exercise together, if you catch my drift. We also have this one here, and interesting little stuff going on at the top of the image that I'm not able to talk about. But people could love your red hair. People could love your eyes. And something that people assume off of your looks is you're very sexy. So the next one we have is you could be transforming and changing. We have Coraline, and she's like transforming, or she's, I don't know why it looks so scary with the light, but she has irises, okay? She's got circles here. It's not just her pupils. I don't know why it's showing like that. It's kind of creepy. But there could be something about maybe you make really strong eye contact with people, Pile One. There could be something about you could be really transforming. You know how Coraline in this is like she's literally transporting to a different dimension, and like she's going into a different world. So there could be something about you are constantly maybe in another world, or people could see you as somebody who is transforming. Like you could be really, really changing into the higher version of yourself, Pile One. People could really love your glitter. Maybe you have these really cute style, like the way you put up your hair. Maybe you put glitter in your hair. Maybe you have like this beautiful shine, or you put like this product on your hair that makes your hair look like it's rainbow color. You could have a lot of beautiful jewelry, maybe some like cheek glitter, like stuff you put on like your cheeks, your nose, like skin glitter and stuff that people really like. Maybe you've been to like a concert recently. I just thought of wailing, like wailing and crying. Maybe you've been like down a little bit lately, just feeling down or sad. Or maybe you've been recovering, you know, and like focusing and being happier, and like people have noticed, and people have noticed that the tissue box is replenished and like people have been knowing that maybe you've been you know, having more laughter and happiness and recovering. We have this little charm thing again with like the inner childhood charms. You can make these little like cute little trinkets. You can have really cute cups. Maybe you have like the flasks, or those different like drinks that you like bring with you bring to like the gym, or you bring around maybe to work or something. Maybe you have really cool ones that are like with these logos, like the Coca-Cola. You could give a lot of kisses. People could see you as somebody who gives like great kisses, or you're a great kisser, especially if you like with the Pile One image have like these juicy lips. People could love your interesting hair color. For some of you, again, I was getting like Latino. People could be perceiving you to be like this lover boy, and maybe getting married. I was getting Yeah, that's what I was getting. We also have Care Bears here, and there's like tons and tons of Care Bears. So I kind of wanted to roll the dice and see which one lands for you. So let's go get a dice real quick. Let's see which one we get. Let's see. We have number 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have Smart Heart Bear. So you could be really smart. People could be perceiving you as somebody who's very intelligent, pile 1. Oh, we got 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have Laugh a Lot Bear. People could be perceiving you as somebody who laughs a lot and has a lot of laughs to give, or like you just like laugh a lot. People could love your laugh. Let's do one more. 3. 1, 2, 3. Work of Heart Bear. You could be working on your heart. You could be working on the love that you receive and you give. You could be working, it says work of heart. So it could be something about that. Let's do one more. Screw it. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It said Oopsie Bear. There could be something about, you know, you're not afraid to make mistakes, pile 1. You're not afraid to make a mistake and learn from it. So let's see. We have this one, when he has to sleep in your hyper feminine pink room. People could be perceiving you as having like this boyfriend that is like, you're very feminine. You could be dating someone that's very masculine, and people might find it like a little bit funny, or like they like that you have this like big hunk man sleeping in your like very pink room. It could be like just funny, or just be like really cute. It's very cute. People could love your nails. You could always have your toenails done, and like the little toe rings that you have. There could be someone in particular that wants to like make out with you. I just thought I'd like pin you down. There could be someone that maybe is not currently here right now. Maybe there's somebody who's at like a distance, or maybe lives in another place, but is like texting you and like wishing you good night. And maybe you're like imagining them being there with you. It could be something about that. People perceiving you to be maybe in a long distance relationship. If that doesn't resonate, there could be something about maybe somebody who has left your life, maybe an ex that's like a ghost still lingering around, like I was saying before. Again, your bags could be really little. There could be something about like, again, with the miniatures, like your bag could be very small, but it like fits you really well, and you could have these cute little charms and stuff like on them, and you make every single thing you have, you make it yours. You add your own little cute touch to it, pile 1. And that's what people notice about you. And these are the last couple images here. But you could be like an air sign. For some of you, this could be a sign that people notice that maybe you've been a little bit very logical in your logical mind, and you're somebody who maybe is a little bit on the colder side at the moment, just focusing on the logics of things rather than really delving into their emotions. Or you could be someone who has a lot of authority, and you're kind of just like, no. You're saying more no now, and you're kind of like, nope. Maybe you could be a lot more consistent with like cutting people out of your lives that you just like are not. You're like, nope, get out of my life. Like, the reason is because there's a sword here. We have the ring here, maybe potentially getting married. I was getting a lot of rings too with the fingers here. Maybe you've been baking more, stepping into baking more. People could maybe notice that you look like a baker. Maybe you look like you're really good with your hands. People would think that maybe you're like just a really great baker. People could love the baked goods you make. It could be something about 520. Or you could have a beautiful kitchen. People could like envision you having like such a beautiful kitchen. You could have like this setup in your kitchen, and again with the miniatures. There could be something about miniatures, where you have this like little setup here, where you have like all your juices out, your crushed ice, your milk teas, your like fruits and vegetables off to the side, and like your coffee machine. You have everything like set up like to look so neat and perfect. It actually reminds me of this girl from Instagram that I follow. She popped up on my page and I thought it was so nice. Like her kitchen looked so good. So it could be something about that.
I've been on my period for 6 years now.
So she just got like a really, I think she might be Spanish too. But she has like this beautiful kitchen and she loves cooking. She's just really living her best life. So, this is giving you, pile one. Look at this beautiful kitchen. So, there could be something about that. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. You could have a really nice car, maybe an electric car. People maybe see you as somebody who drives like an electric car. I was getting another sign. We have like the Venom coming in. So definitely it could be something about you're like releasing this like darkness or embracing your your shadow self and like accepting and loving yourself, all aspects to yourself. We have she's a healer, she deserves a protector. It came out twice and it says don't romanticize the healer's journey. It sucks, especially when we're women. Healers are pretty capable of protecting ourselves because life is always challenging us with. So you can protect yourself, pile one. I think that's like another thing is people notice that you can protect yourself. And you're not afraid to protect yourself too. We have mashed potatoes. I don't know where that came from. Maybe you make like some bomb-ass mashed potatoes. You could have like a cute outfit and like you wake up, maybe you sleep in like some undies and like a big tea. And like you wake up in the morning, you drink your tea and you just get ready for the day. And you have like this cute dog. We have, it says something, 𝑸𝘢𝑒𝑔𝓁𝑒. So there could be something about maybe being Mexican. Or axolotls could be significant to you in some way. People could perceive you as maybe looking Mexican. We have this little mat here again with Kirby came out, and it says especially after night. There could be something about thinking about somebody after night or thinking about someone at night. People could be thinking about you at night. How people perceive your looks is like people could be like constantly thinking about you at night, or there could be something about maybe they think about, there could be someone in particular that thinks about the hardships, especially at night. Maybe that's something that you do. And then we have like this dress here. People could love your dresses. People could think that maybe you are, assume all for your looks is that you are a fashion designer, maybe you design dresses. And that is what I have for you, pile one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing. Let me know how I did in the comments, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what do people assume based off of your looks. So, a quick reminder, my bio links to my website where you could donate a deck to the channel, or you can tip me through Cashapp. I also sell words of affirmation teas to serve as a reminder to you guys of how wonderful and blessed you are. And the purpose to them is to radiate that abundant energy that you have, to uplift others around you, and because the love that you put out into the universe is the love that you receive tenfold. So, I also donate 20% of all the money I make every year to a mental health charity. And I do have bundles for personal readings. I have bundles linked and single deck 30-minute readings as well. Every single deck you see on my channel is listed there. And yeah, if you're interested, check it out. Okay, so today we're going to be doing the Pinterest board. This is all we are doing today, is just Pinterest. And I do have some cards off to the side, so if I do have any questions, I'm going to pull some cards on the images. But if that's not something that interests you, make sure to check out my other readings. Okay, so the first thing we have for you, pile 2, is the number one thing I'm getting that people assume off of your looks is that you are a romantic. People see you to be somebody that's very romantic, like super loving, such a beautiful lover. Because there's like, the main reason else there's because of the images that we saw, but also your image is the only image that has like this beautiful heart in the background. So it's really giving me like you are very open with your heart, very loving, tender, caring person. You're somebody that is very unconditional. You love unconditionally. You're very genuine. You're not afraid to be vulnerable and show love. So what we have for your image here, the first one that popped out, says Fashion Swan, and it says the goal is to be pretty and disgustingly educated. I think people see you to be very pretty, and people see you to be somebody who's disgustingly educated. People feel like you are extremely educated, very smart individual. We also have stay positive. So you could have like a cat. People could see you to be somebody that likes cats or has cats. And people could feel like you're somebody that is always looking to stay positive, is always thriving to, and trying to stay positive in life. And not in like a toxic way, but just in a way of like, looking at the brighter side of things. So we did get Sabrina Carpenter came out, so there could be something about Sabrina Carpenter. It also kind of fits with like the hairstyle of your image. So there could be something about that hairstyle. Or there could just be something about Sabrina Carpenter that's very similar to you. Maybe her personality, maybe there's a specific song that she has. I was thinking like 𝑒𝑋𝑒𝑠𝑠o could really resonate with you. Maybe check out that song and like look through the lyrics or something. But he's also got like, oh, I thought that was a coffee mug. He's got some papers in the back. I don't know who this guy is, but it's interesting how he's like highlighted. So yeah, if that resonates, it could also just be maybe you wear a lot of pink, or you're just like very feminine, pile 2, getting very feminine vibes. We have these nails came out. I'm gonna turn off the lights here so we can see them a little bit better. So we have these beautiful like nails that have like this, what is it called? It's like this gel that they put on to shape the nails. So you could have really beautiful nails. You could be maybe a nail artist, or what people assume about you is that you always have these gorgeous nails done. People could just feel like you always have your nails done and they're always looking like beautiful, or just like very creative nails. Maybe your nails are always like super creative. People could assume that you like to be called like princess. You could literally look like a princess, pile 2. People could love like the little braces. Braces. I didn't even mean to say braces. Maybe you guys have braces. Bracelets. You could have like decorative bracelets. People could also assume that maybe you would call people daddy, or there could be something with that. And then we have my work, creator, and then my other work. So there could be something about people assume that you could be a creator and you could have some work that either which way, whatever work you put out into the like you put out, is like you're happy with either or. Like you're happy with all and you're proud of all the work that you put out, even if maybe it's not as like, didn't make as much as an impact as some of the other work that you make. Like some of the work that you make is like so impactful and it makes such a and it's like beautiful and a lot of people like it. And then even though if that's not like for every case of all the work that you put out, you're still not afraid to like put the work out there. You don't really care whether or not like if it gets validated or not. Like you're still, you know, creating your work because you know that you're going to be getting better and better each time you put it out. And it's a whole process of learning. So pile 2, people could see you as somebody that's not afraid to, you know, show all aspects of their work, even the ones that may not be your favorite. Because you're always going to find people that may like those that you may not like. Like sometimes I'll put out a tarot card reading and it'd be like, wow, like I really didn't really like that one. And like better luck next time. And then turns out that reading ends up doing so well. So there could be something about pile 2, how people assume you, or like what people assume about you based off of your look, is you're not afraid to shine. You're not afraid to show off all of your work, everything that you create. You're not afraid to show off even the work that you may not like. You're also presenting those and being like, this is everything that I do because I'm a human being. Guess what? There's going to be stuff that is maybe not as good, but I still love it. I still am proud of it. I'm still can see the little beauties. I could see the beauty in it, you know? And like there's beauty in flaws. That's what like makes art beautiful. So like imagine if everything was the same. Can you imagine if all art looked the same? It would be boring. That's what makes it beautiful. And people could assume like the art that you make or whatever it is you're creating, pile 2, is really beautiful. People love it. People could be assuming that you are a man-eater. People are like, watch out, guys, she'll chew you up. So people could be assuming that you're like a man-eater. People could be, this is what came out for this image, so I wanted to read like the thing that it says here. But there's like this whole thing that has like to do with weight here. It says too chubby, too curvy, too skinny. And then right next to it, it says, I hate the fact that people will hate either way. I'm lucky to have found someone who accepts me for who I am, and I hope everybody will do the same. So there could be something about maybe you are healing your view on your own body. You could be healing, finding more love for your body, for your temple, and not caring about what other people think. You could be just finding love for your body. I think one thing here that I don't like the way it's written is it says, I hate the fact that people will hate either way. And it's like automatically assuming and making a limiting belief. It's like a all or nothing type of statement. This person just said all people will hate, basically. And it's not all people. There may be some people, yeah, that will hate, and guess what? They're projecting. But it's not all people. Like, I don't think this way. And I'm sure that there's plenty of other people that don't think this way either. Like, that don't hate, you know, and are just hating for no reason. And actually accept people for who they are and love people for who they are. This is their own limiting belief that they're holding on for themselves. This is their own ego talking. This is their ego talking to themselves, and this is what's holding them back. And you could just tell by the way they wrote it. They're like literally calling themselves out with this. So, and there's nothing wrong with what they said, but it's just showing that this person, that's how they view themselves. So, I also thought this was really cute. So there could be something how people are viewing you, pile 2, is you're somebody who's healing your own outlook and your own view on your own body. You're starting to love yourself more. You're not seeing yourself as too much. You're seeing yourself as perfectly lovable, perfectly acceptable. No matter what it is you do, you are deserving of love. No matter how it is you look, you are deserving of love. And there are people out there that love you for you. No matter how you look, and no matter how, you know, where you came from, X, Y, and Z, you are lovable, beautiful, just the way that you are. So with this image here, we got, this one was so cute. So it's like 2 plus 3 is? And Elmo's like, I don't know. And then he's like, please help me. And then the teacher's like, 5. And then Elmo writes his hand. So pile 2, you could be like a teacher. You could be a school teacher. People could be perceiving you as somebody that's so great with children. You could be somebody that's such a sweetheart, so tendering, so loving with children. You could be somebody that like really encourages kids and somebody that's really encouraging, really uplifting. You're not like you see how he's not like taking away, being like, oh, you did it wrong. Like, they're like, yeah, well, you did it. Like, praising him, cheering him on, and like just like reminding him that his efforts are not going unnoticed. Like, he's doing his best and he should be, you know, appreciated for that. Even if it's not correct, like, we don't have to be perfect. And to encourage people for the effort that they put, that's what matters. So and people love that about you, pile 2. I think you could be somebody that's really just like such a beautiful soul. And like you could just tell just by the way that you act with children and how you care for children. You could be like a bit of a teacher, or you could be somebody who's like a mentor, just like somebody, this is how people view you. It's just like this like great inspirational, like supportive person. So people could see you as like a mermaid, pile 2. People could see you as this beautiful mermaid right here. People could see you as somebody who's transforming. You could be like a healer. It's definitely getting healer vibes. Definitely getting man-eater though. We have we have, can I have my kitty treat now? And then he's like, stop joking. And then she's like, I'm deadly serious, handsome. So there could be something about, you could be like, have a great way with words. You could be very flirtatious. You could be very, have a lot of charisma. And I think also, again, we had man-eater. So you could definitely be a man-eater. You could definitely be, somebody that a lot of men are seduced by. We have this here. You could be like, you could have really healthy hair. Maybe you fixed your hair, or maybe you've been doing treatments on your hair that has been making your hair look super healthy. And like, look at this. Like, she has luscious hair. Her hair is like so long, luscious. Like, it's just like golden locks. So you could have just wonderful hair, and it's like your mane. You could be like a lion. It's giving like lion. You could have also a lot of cats, and maybe there's a lot of cats that like sleep in the bed with you. You could have this like man with you. I'm actually was getting, because we get Persephone and Hades, don't mind that. We get this couple come out like multiple times, so we'll talk about them in a sec. But so there could be like a partner that you have that's like just like bear hugs you. You again, like very flirtatious individual. There could be somebody from your job or a place that you work, or a place that you constantly like am at, and there could be somebody that works there that could be trying to charm you. You could be in the role of either or. Maybe you are working somewhere and there's like this customer that keeps coming in that you may know that tries to charm you, and you could be liking them back. It's giving like a mutual like interest, or this could be like you like charm them. Yeah, definitely got the hots for you. There could be like a thing where you guys, something could be significant about, like, you know that saying where it's like, guess what? And they're like, chicken butt. I also was just kind of getting like, you could have a really nice butt, pile 2. Big bum. She's got a big bum. And people are constantly maybe being like, guess what? Guess what? People could feel like you just have a big butt. People could feel like you, like what they assume off your looks is that you have a big butt. People could be assuming that you like to play jokes. You're a bit of a jokester. You like to make jokes about Be like, guess what? Chicken butt. And they're like, you mother trucker. I was also getting, you could have like, wait. Oh wait, no, I think I saved that one. You could have like really nice glasses or like really nice frames for your glasses, pile two. You could have glasses, or you could have glasses that are like, they may not even be prescription, but they just look really nice on you. People like when you wear glasses. And another message I'm getting is like, you're just really smart. People feel like you're super intelligent, pile two. And then the next one I'm getting, we got Hercules, and I think her name, you know that movie, the Disney movie with Hercules, and I don't know if her name is Aphrodite. Let me look it up real quick. Hercules Disney movie. So there could be something significant about this movie. Maybe there's like a message in this movie that might resonate with you. People could view you to be like this woman right here. Like this is just like the body shape, her personality. She's a bit of a man-eater in the movie too, so that really fits. And then she meets this like Prince Charming, this really strong guy who just like, you know, rescues her and saves her. And obviously, you know, she could protect herself, but there's just like, there could be something about this relationship could be significant to you in some way. Like people could view you to be in a relationship like this, or people could want to be in a relationship like this with you. People could see you to be like this girl, this woman here. That's how people are viewing you. So that's what I have with that. We kept getting like Aphrodite or Hades. This thing here, Hades and Aphrodite, kept popping up with like the pink skin and the blue, like the blue guy. Like we have multiple messages with them. So that type of stuff could really resonate with you, pile two. Could be just something about that. I could look up what that game is about. Hades and Aphrodite relationship. So it says, I looked up what it says. It says, in Greek mythology, Aphrodite and Hades have a somewhat complex, though romantic relationship. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, beauty, and pleasure, while Hades is the god of the underworld. There's no specific love story, but they do interact and are connected through their family ties and the influence of other gods. Okay. What about the game or whatever sub-story that this comes from? I think it's called, I'm pretty sure it's Hades. Let me see. Oh, interesting. I popped that up and this is Hades and Aphrodite's from that movie Hercules came out. So there could be something significant. I'm not really sure what, but there could be something significant about that movie for you, pile two. There's got to be a message that's supposed to be coming out. Let me see what else I can find. So I think it's from something called Lore Olympus. It says, to everyone that is saying how I think this is from Rachel's Patreon. I think it's like a book or something. Yeah, I think it's from a book that's called Lore Olympus. We're doing our fucking research right now. I think it's from a book called Lore Olympus. Lore Olympus. And it's from this author, Rachel Smith. Sorry, it's fucking difficult to see. Hold on. Let me look up what the book's about. Lore Olympus books. Wow. Yo, I'm a fucking investigator, the fact that I found this. It's from Webtoon. And let's see what it's about. So, Lore Olympus is a romantic graphic novel. It's a reimagined Greek mythology of Hades and Persephone, or Persephone? Bro, what? In a modern setting, the comic has impacted the way classical mythology is received, with fans noting its feminist updates and reference to popular myths. The graphic novel includes behind-the-scenes content. Okay, what is their relationship like? Oh, okay, so it says the Lore Olympus is an adaptation of the classic Greek myth, the abduction of Persephone, in mostly modern setting. The comic deals with themes of blank, harassment, abuse, and trauma. The following characters are central to plots in the comic, making regular appearances. Okay, damn. I just read like a whole synopsis about this freaking novel. Anyways, so the girl, Persephone or some shit, I don't know what her name is. They just talk about in the book about her being somebody who's becoming self-sufficient, positive, and a hard-working attitude. She's kind, caring, somewhat a little bit naive, and she's a warm-hearting newcomer, and she's searching for her independence. And she meets this guy who is like a basically business owner slash like soft emo boy type thing. So that's what the overall message I was getting with this. And he ends up marrying her. They end up eloping and getting married. So people could see you, Pile 2, as this Persephone woman. Maybe they've noticed that you've dealt with some hardships in the past, just as she does in the book. They talk about her difficult, like, the difficult things that she faced, and then yet she doesn't let that control her or control her character, who she is. She still is this beautiful butterfly that she is. And it doesn't stop her from meeting like the most amazing man. So for you, Pile 2, there could be something about like the way people perceive you is like that you're not letting your past define you. You're not letting your past control you. And you have met, or you are going to meet, this amazing, loving man. And people see you as getting, you guys getting married or just having like a really beautiful, loving relationship. I think another thing that the way people perceive you, Pile 2, is to have a really like nice like gaming setup. People could like feel like you would have such a nice like desk, office space, or you just have like a really nice like setup. Maybe the headphones, your monitor, like all of the above. Maybe even having like a standing table where you could just like bring it up and be standing. He also, they mentioned how he has scars on his body. So there could be something about maybe you have scars on your body, Pile 2. And maybe people have noticed that and found that to be really beautiful about you, makes you unique. And people love like people could really love that about you. Maybe you literally have a scar. It's seriously what makes you unique, and people are like, wow, that's really cool, or like that's super interesting, and like that's what makes them stand out. And you could have like maybe some scars on your stomach, and there could be something about like, you're just relaxing, you're like wiping your face with your sweater, and you like lift up your stomach, and people could see like the scar, just like your stomach, and like your beautiful stomach. And maybe your love interest is like, ooh, like hello. And then maybe you get a little bit embarrassed. You're like, put it down. No, you're not allowed to see. But I think this, like, the way people perceive you is like you could be a little bit maybe shy, or a little bit like self-conscious when it comes to showing off your body. Even though you have a beautiful body, pile two. That could resonate for some, or the like whole message could be that maybe you're healing your relationship with your body, like we were saying before, is like you could be, finding more love for your body, not afraid to show off your body, and losing that need to like hide away or feel like you need to hide. You don't need to hide. You're beautiful. And like you could have this beautiful lover that's like, hello, hi, hello, sexy. So they have a beautiful relationship. I was also kind of getting, so pile two. I was definitely getting like office, like there could definitely be some sort of work related. Maybe you end up working with this person. How people see you could be like maybe really hard worker. Like maybe it's like some of the people that are perceiving you could be from your workspace. And maybe specifically, maybe your love interest is somebody that you work with, or somebody that is a business owner and you guys are planning on working together. I'm just getting like, professional setting, while also being like, romantic with each other. And also there could be something about, again, with like the beautiful dresses, like this beautiful dress, I think, and this person could have a scar on their face. Like we have again a scar like being shown. People could really love your scar. People could feel like maybe you've been hurt in the past, and you are such a sweet and loving person, and like people feel like you've come so far to be the amazing person that you are today. Like you look tough, and you look like you've endured. Like it's giving badass. Like it's really giving badass. I think another thing, but let's not romanticize the struggle. You know what I mean? Like you are a badass, but what's even more amazing is that you are still loving through it all, and you are still, your amazing self, and you're still a kind, loving soul. And just like Persephone, or whatever her name is, I'm like dyslexic, I low-key cannot read. She is still so loving and genuine, and like not afraid to still live her life. So I was also kind of getting like the quote, that fucking white girls quote, they're like, easy white chocolate. There could be something about maybe people feel like your taste is in like maybe the opposite like race, or maybe it's like a mix, is it like interracial? I think that's what it's called. So there could be something about like that coming out. It was an easy white chocolate. And then we have, so you're not gonna rip my dress off. You're not gonna rip my clothes off. What's going on here? People could feel like you are, you could be dating a guy that's maybe a little bit more like soft-spoken, and you could be more of the loud and proud, like big bubbly personality that I'm getting. Because it's giving like he's an emo boy and he's kind of like, but he's like so sweet and kind and loving, but just more like on the shyer side. Hira is coming at us. And it's like parents and there's like a little baby. He's like, I'm coming for you. People could see you to be like an amazing parent, and people could see you to be like, even though your kid like does some crazy shit like this, you're still like, be like, no, it's okay, like don't worry, like you're still trying to teach them like how to behave, but you're not like people perceive you to be somebody that's not going to like, you understand that kids are learning, you understand that no one's gonna be perfect, and in a way you still find like happiness through it all. You're like, oh, that was funny, but you don't like, you're not like encouraging the behavior. You're like, here, he's coming at us. I'm definitely getting like, people could see you to be a definitely a kisser. People could see that you give a lot of kisses, or people could assume that you are somebody that loves to kiss, that you give great kisses, that you maybe shower people in kisses. You could definitely, I'm definitely getting like, you're very generous with the amount of love that you show, and it makes people like this. They would like, I'm also kind of getting this style of like really cute sweats, like a tank top, and like messy black hair. Your hair could have a lot of like layers and like texture of like volume in it. Definitely getting like just very curly, like volume-esque hair. People could like perceive you to be like a spoiled princess. Maybe people feel like you're spoiled from your lover. Or people feel like what, like the relationship you deserve and the relationship you're receiving is like you are going to be spoiled with love in your connection. I feel like people also perceive you to be like a spoiled princess. Like, I think you could be somebody that you know, knows what you're worth and loves to be treated well, and like people could really be inspired by your relationship and like wanting what you have when it comes to the relationship you may be in or receiving. People, again, you could look really cute in your gaming setup or like your setup. People could find you to be like so cute. The way people assume, or like what people assume, is you could just be like, they could like perceive you to be like maybe a gamer, or that you have like this whole pink setup, pink like room, pink everything, and you're just like little cute little. People could assume that maybe you have cats. People could assume that maybe you play some like Sims or like some girly video games. Like, you know how that joke that goes around on TikTok where it's like, yes, that one guy's like, yes, finally, I built the most expensive PC I could possibly imagine, and then they run like the game that they're running is like Sims, and it's like they didn't need this hard freaking all this like power of a computer to run the game Sims. So there could be something like that could like resonate for you. We have, you didn't wake up to be a weak ass bitch. So there could be something, and like the raccoon, people feel like you're not some weak ass bitch. People feel like you wake up every day and you look like a badass. Like, you look like you are not somebody that's going to tolerate any shit, and like you're not somebody that's going to let people walk all over you, and not in a way of like being the aggressor or like fighting with people, but in a way of like knowing your own power and knowing when to walk away. Like being in your higher self and being like, you know what? I'm going to walk away from the situation. I'm not going to let you talk to me like that. And you just walk away. You pull your energy back. And that's the way that you show that you're not, some weak ass bitch. And also, like, nobody, like, people see you're the type of person that's not gonna tolerate shit. And that's, like, they're like, you can't mess with pile 2. Like, pile 2, you're not messing with pile 2. So, we also have say psych and move on. Or I didn't even mean to say psych. Say yikes and then move on. So there could be something about, I'm not sure. Let's actually pull a card. What exactly is this about? Is this about love? Is this about career? What is it about? Let's see. I'm gonna split the deck. We got Ace of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so Ace of Wands in reverse says... Ace of Wands in reverse says, an emerging idea, lack of direction, distractions, or delays. So... Ace of Wands reverse suggests that you could be sensing an idea emerging from within, but aren't certain what form it will take or how to manifest it into the world. You may be having energy or passion in spades, but you do not yet have a clear outlet to express them. You may be waiting for something else to happen before you pursue this idea. Okay, reverse of Wands can also suggest you're finding it difficult to define your purpose in life, what you want to create, and a lack of direction may sap you from your energy levels and leave you unmotivated and uninspired. As a result, you are often asking yourself if this is what you want to do, what you want in life, whether there might be something better elsewhere. However, when you think about what other opportunities you might appeal, you struggle to know what you want. To remedy this stagnation, you need to first focus on where your true passions lie. Then the next one we have, your reverse of Ace of Wands may be a sign that frustration, delays are impeding the progress of your projects and ideas. You are likely to feel very impatient, especially if you are action-oriented and have only just started to gain momentum in your activities. The key message here is, not now, but maybe later, timing is essential for success. So be patient and wait for the best opportunity to move ahead. Okay, so there could be multiple messages. What I'm getting is with this could be with your passion. This could be with a like love interest, but it could also be career wise or like working towards your dream wise as well. This could be saying that you could be working towards your dreams, or you could be having like an idea and trying to merge towards it. And you could be like uncertain on how it's going to play out. And maybe it's like a little bit like awkward at first. It's a little bit uncomfortable at first. And it might be uncomfortable, but this could be saying like, acknowledge the way you feel and then move on and continue towards it. Keep going. And then if that doesn't resonate, there's multiple messages. So it could also be that you could be finding it difficult to define what exactly your purpose is and what you want to create, and you're lacking the direction. So there could be something about, getting clear about what it is you want to do by writing it down, journaling about it, really figuring out who you are and what it is you want to do with your life, by asking yourself, what do you like? What makes you happy? And instead of focusing on like whatever is making you feel uncomfortable or like grossed out, like whatever this say yikes is about, it's like, don't let that stop you. Whatever that is, don't let that stop you. So like, even if it's something that you are uncomfortable with exploring or uncomfortable with expressing, like for example, if you want to be a tarot card reader, but for some reason a part of you is afraid to step into that and, show that and showcase that to others, and be like, hey guys, I'm a tarot card reader. You know, if that makes you uncomfortable or you are afraid of how people are going to perceive you, it doesn't matter what they think, you know. Say yikes, okay, it made me uncomfortable, whatever. Now move on from that. Keep thriving towards that. Keep pushing down the finish line. And then lastly, it could be, you could be experiencing while on that journey already, because it's like fast-paced action. You could be on that journey already, and like you're working, like you could be already working really hard towards this dream and doing an amazing job towards it, but you could be still facing like annoying ass people, or you could be still facing like just like certain like bumps and cracks on the road on the way there. And instead of, you know, stopping the whole car and being like getting out and just spending your whole day focusing on this little bump in the road, such as like annoying ass like customers or something, instead of focusing on them, being like, you know what, you don't matter, yikes, you know, yikes with your craziness, customer, but I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm not gonna let that get to me, and I'm gonna keep thriving, keep pushing. So there could be something about that. And then the next thing we have is again Hades, and her name Stephone or something, Stephone, or something with a phone, okay? Maybe this person wants to call you. Pile 2. So there could be something about people could love your chest. What people assume about you is that people love laying on your chest. They could be like maybe thinking about themselves laying on your chest, wanting to lay on your chest. People could feel like, especially obviously men, or your love interest. And people could want to sleep on you. People feel like you maybe are really comfortable to sleep on. People could feel like you're really warm and you give like the best hugs, and you're just like a, you know, a cutie pie. You're just like such a cutie pie, Pile 2. And I feel like this is like your soul. You may look like a badass on the outside, Pile 2, but this is your soul. It's the, you know, ooey gooey gushy center to you. Like this just, such a wonderful, loving person. And I think there could be someone in particular that just wants to like lay their head on your chest. And it, in the image it says, my love, I had to get up. And then he's like, your love? Did you just call me your love? Like he's like so excited. People could feel like you're such a great, the way people see you, Pile 2, people feel like you'd be such an amazing person to cry on. People have this sense of like, you would be just a really loving individual, supportive individual, somebody that's like a shoulder to cry on. Another thing I'm getting is people could feel like, there could be one specific person in particular that has their eye on you and like only has their eye for you and like wants to be very loyal to you. And people maybe have noticed that and they're like, okay, there could be people being like, oh, Pile 2's taken. Like Pile 2's already taken. Pile 2 has already so many options. Pile 2 is like, you know, about to be off the market or is off the market. There could be like a lot of eyes on you, or a lot of people paying attention to your love life, wondering how your love life is going, wanting to be in your love life. So there could be something about that. And then we have, this came out, says live your life. You could be living your life. We have Olivia Rodrigo. She could be, it says we make some real big mistakes, or I've made some real big mistakes. There could be something about like you overcoming, like making mistakes. I just realized I can't show that image. It says stocking my new drink fridge. Maybe you have like a bunch of like drinks. Maybe you have like so many freaking drinks, and you're constantly stocking up the fridge with like drinks. Maybe like 90% of your diet is like drinks, and people are like, Pile 2, you need to eat more. Or you don't need to, obviously, do what makes you happy. But people could be like, did you eat yet? Did you eat? We have all these perfume bottles. and like it's making me think of like just fancy, like princess. Like people feel like you are a princess, pile two. People, you could smell really good. People see you and they are like, wow, pile two must smell really good. People could love like your, maybe people feel like you maybe have really expensive stuff, like really expensive perfumes, really expensive makeup, like bottles, or I just thought of like shaving cream. There could be something about little snacks and like candies. People could feel like you are sweet like candy. How people perceive you, pile two, could be like people feel like you're really sweet. Me, myself, and I. People could be feeling like you're really focusing on yourself, you're really focusing inwards on yourself. How people are perceiving you is you're not somebody that explains themselves. You could be someone who's like very well spoken, like you don't like overspeak. You're not like constantly explaining yourself, X, Y, and Z. You're like, you say what you need to say. It's easily understood, and people are like, pile two is really well spoken. Stop explaining yourself and telling people everything. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your life is yours, not theirs. So there could be something again about, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, it talked about, again, about like things getting in the way, or like trying to figure out what it is you want to do. There could be something, pile two, like maybe a message for you about you don't need to explain yourself on what you want to do with your life to anybody. If you want to do a certain thing, but you're afraid to do it because of how other people think, do it anyway, because you're never going to make them happy. Do what makes you happy. Your happiness is number one priority. And that could be something that you already know. You already know, you're already working towards that. This could just be a reminder saying, hey, like, don't let that continuously stop you. Keep shining. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing you. And you don't owe anybody an explanation. There could be someone in particular that's like, hey, I love you. I want to let you know that I love you. We have a little drink here. People could feel like you like to drink. People could feel like maybe you've gotten maybe you've gone out with your friends, or you had a little fun time with your friends, drinking a little bit, having a good time. Maybe for some of you, this could also be that maybe you realized that getting and like drunk and drinking may not be your thing anymore, and felt like it's not something you enjoy doing anymore. If this could also just be, maybe it's like non-alcoholic drinks. Maybe it's like sparkly drinks. Maybe you like to drink like sparkly little fancy things. Or maybe you're just having a chill sesh with your friends and people feel like you're the type of person to have these really cool fancy parties with like drinks that have glitter in them. Again, with like the frames, like your glasses, it says, he says, I know a place, and it's like this little like cool area engraved or dug into the dirt. It says, I'm feeling stressed and anxious right now. Let's see why. Put a little message. We have negative habits. Interesting. This could be about drinking alcohol. It says negative habits. What negative habits do you struggle to break? Could be something about that. Let's see what other message we have. Breaking cycles. What negative cycles could be broken by addressing your self-sabotaging behaviors? Wow. Okay, pile two. There could be something about maybe drinking has gotten you into bad habits, or is a bad habit that has gotten you stuck in unwanted situations. Or maybe it's just like maybe not helping you, or there could be some sort of addictions that you may face that have been holding you back, and people maybe have been noticing that you've been overcoming those and you've been working really hard towards bettering yourself, and people are really proud of you. I think there could be something about asking yourself more deep down, because it's usually a mental thing with the addiction. And we got to ask ourselves, why do we cope that way? Why do we cope in this way? Why do I like to sabotage myself and my achievements? So there could be something about, because a lot of the time, like the way that I see it, is addictions are distractions. We're distracting ourselves from our daily life. Sometimes when we dealt with something really difficult, we'll use something to cope with it. So we'll end up, either drinking too much or doing drugs or, X, Y, and Z to make ourselves feel temporarily better. It's a little high for a short period of time, and then afterwards we feel even worse. And it's because this is only a short amount of dopamine. We're chasing short amount of dopamine. This isn't what actually makes us truly happy in the long run. What's going to make me truly happy in the long run is that I stayed dedicated to my goals, is that I stayed dedicated to my dreams and my passions, the actions I want to do for myself. By me doing these actions for myself, I'm showing myself that I love myself. And by not doing those things and continuously disrespecting myself and not having boundaries with myself is, reinforcing those bad habits and the self-hatred, and you deserve to be treated well by yourself, pile 2. You're lovable and you should love yourself, and like, obviously loving yourself is a lot harder than, just love yourself. Cause like, it's not that easy, but slowly but surely you're building that, you're growing that, and people see that. And, we got to pat ourselves on the back for it and be like, wow, you are doing such an amazing job. And, another thing is like, every day you're getting better and better. And by continuously saying no to things we don't want to do, and continuously setting boundaries with ourselves, with others, and continuously, doing the things that make us happy, that's how we're showing ourselves that, that we love ourselves. So that's what I have with that. And we have a couple more here. You could be like somebody who is, again, really smart. You could be focusing on your success, your goals, your purpose, some gratitude, massive action, your money, your self-development, and having no excuses. You could be someone that has no excuses. There could be something about you could be developing or having this great discipline for yourself, pile 2. And there could be someone that maybe, there's could be maybe a second part to you. This could be like maybe your ego, where you're comparing yourself to social media, or maybe playing the role of the victim, blaming other people, being like, oh, it's their fault. Alcohol came out multiple times. We have news, judgment, revenge, smoke, TV, bitter, anger. It's a war against ourselves. It's a fight against ourselves. It's a fight against our ego. And I feel like this is the stuff you've been facing. This is the stuff you've been growing out of, the bad habits you've been growing out of, the side to yourself that you found acceptance towards. You accepted that this is, this was a part of yourself that you dealt with. You accept yourself for that, and you're like, you know what? I appreciate who I was, but this isn't me anymore. And I'm finally coming to terms with it, found peace for it, and now I'm letting it go. And I am the beautiful, stunning, wonderful individual that is deserving of all of the love that I have. You could have a really cool tattoo, pile 2. People could be perceiving you as, it says, thanks for letting me vent to you. And it says, no prob, but I'm not really here anymore, right? Oh, this could be a really deep message for some of you, pile 2. Okay, pile 2. Maybe you've dealt with somebody in your life that had addiction. Maybe you've had parents that have addiction. I obviously am not a therapist, and so don't depend on me for therapeutic advice or anything because I'm not a therapist, but something that I've learned when it comes to having parents that struggle with addiction, or family that struggles with addiction, is sometimes we, reenact those behaviors. We develop those addictions. And because we watch our parents cope in that way when they deal with stress, instead of coping in better, they're not showing us better ways on how to cope. So you could be releasing all of that. You could be releasing that tie to that individual, whoever you've learned this from. That's not you, babe. That's not you. And you could be really pulling and cutting the strings and all the attachments that you've had. You're really just like literally pulling the strings away from that person and finally letting go and releasing the tie you had from that person. And knowing that it's not that they struggled, they dealt with their own things. It doesn't make them a bad person. You could have sympathy and love and understanding and compassion. But know that you deserve to treat yourself and love yourself and find better ways of coping than this. So that could be something for some of you. People could be assuming that you have overcame this. People could be loving your setup again. I'm really like, you could have maybe an office space, 𝑒𝑓𝑒𝑟, or you have like the cutest office space. You could be someone that like when you are at work, you like have this little like section to yourself with all your little decorations, your notepad. You could have a really cute book. It says, stay positive, work hard, make it happen. You are such a dedicated individual, 𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑑. Like, look at this. Are you kidding? Even the quote on the book is like, you could be someone, people perceive you to be someone who's very hardworking. You're making it happen, 𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑑. You're staying positive throughout it all. And it's okay to be upset and have your emotions and feel sad once in a while. Like, or as long as you're just, you keep going. Because you're doing an amazing job, 𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑑. And there's nothing wrong with relaxing. There's nothing wrong with taking a day and just like sitting there and crying your soul out and just crying your heart out and being like, and sad and like mourning. You're allowed to feel your emotions. You're allowed to feel this way. And then when you're done and you've let all of that out, and when you're ready to get yourself back out there and be like, you know what? I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to, keep pushing towards the goals that I have, because I know that that is what I deserve. And that's the type of life I want to live. So it says, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. So people could be perceiving you, 𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑑, as someone who's very successful, someone who really likes themselves, really likes what they do, and somebody who likes how they do it. They like their career, they like their habits, they like their work ethic, they like who they are, they know their own value and what type of work they will, accept. They know their price, People could love you could be just a beautiful princess. Like, I'm really just getting fairy. She's a fairy. She's a princess. You could be just a princess, 𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑑. People perceive you to be like a princess. People love your, princess outfits. Like, it's really giving, like, when a little kid, like a little girl's like dressed up in her princess outfits and she's dressed up as like a fairy or something. It's really giving, like, you just have these beautiful dresses. People love, you can have really athletic legs too, like really nice legs. People could love the heels you wear, the socks you wear, the little hair ties. Maybe like people, when they envision you to be, people see you as like an angel. People are like, this person's super like angelic. We have a girly pop. People could feel like, I think this is like I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there like a term where to like let people know if like they're gay, they're like, oh, I'm a girly pop. Is that a thing? Am I getting that right? So for some of you, that could maybe resonate. Could be maybe on, could be gay. Or you could just be a, just really girly. I also have these cute, like, sneakers here. And you could have really cute sneakers. Maybe you wear, like, pink sneakers. Maybe you just wear a lot of pink. We also have You Make Me Complete. People could feel like you're really good at pleasing others. People could feel like you make them complete. We also have It's Not Realistic to Be Happy All the Time, no matter what all the motivational quotes say on the internet. So there could be something about just, it's okay not to be okay. So there could be something about just letting yourself feel your emotions, letting yourself feel them, crying your heart out, letting yourself just, go through the motions, feel the anger, feel the sadness, ask yourself, why do you feel this way? Writing it down, journaling, maybe doing some meditation, sitting with it. The number one thing you can do is sit in the discomfort. I know it's uncomfortable to feel our emotions, but guess what? It's going to help us a million times better than suppressing them. And maybe running can help. Maybe, listening to music could help. Maybe doing some yoga, thinking about it. The number one thing you could do is think about it. Think about it. Allow yourself to cry. Look, we have the little blueberries again. Maybe you've been eating a lot of fruits. And maybe you're making a great, I'm dead. It says self-care day, and then it says checkup. I'm dead. That's so funny. Maybe you've recently have gone, or there could be something about just, writing up your schedule and making sure to take care of yourself and taking care of your health and making sure you're getting checked up. And then we have self-love potion. Crafty little bitch. And we have honey blonde. People could feel like you're sweet like honey. Or maybe people like to call you honey. And that's what people assume off of your looks. So I hope that resonated. I hope that made sense. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing. Let me know how I did in the comments, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile threes. If you chose this image, this will be your this will be your reading about what do people assume about you based on your looks. So, first we have, she believed and she could. She believed she could, so she did it. So people could see you as a believer. People could see that you believe in yourself. What people assume off of your looks is that you believe in yourself and that you knew and you know that you can do anything. And so that is what you created. Your look, you could look really well put together. You could look like your hair is always done. Your makeup's always done amazing. Your skin's always looking so soft and supple. Maybe you always have your nails done. Your body's always looking like amazing. And even when you're not, like maybe even when you don't put effort into that, and maybe you're having like a rough day or something, you still look stunning, pile 3. I think another thing is just like you have that energy to you that it's like you are just creating and believing in yourself. It's giving believer. It's giving Justin Bieber. We also have I Wish You Were Here. Also, let's talk about your image too. There could be something about resting. Maybe because she also looks like she's kind of like leaning over, like she's a little bit tired. People could be assuming that maybe you're a little bit tired. Maybe you've been working really hard, and maybe some people have been assuming that maybe you are needed to rest up, or maybe people feel like you've been resting up a lot and that you've been, rejuvenating your look. The more like you've been sleeping a lot more, maybe you've been looking more refreshed, more renewed. Or there could be someone in particular that is wishing that you're in their bed with them, or there could be someone in particular that wants to join your bed. People could be assuming off of your looks that you make a lot of puns. You could be someone that maybe like just like has a lot of puns, makes a bunch of little like dad jokes, funny jokes. People could be assuming that you are your own kind of beautiful. I think based off of your looks, pile 3, you have such a unique style, such a unique look to you, and that in itself is beautiful. It has its own definition, own kind of beautiful. That's what makes you super unique. So I think people, based off your looks, feel like you have made and like are the, what is it? The founder of this unique style. We have this like koi pond here. I think people assume based off of your looks, pile 3, is that you could be someone that's very relaxed. You could be someone that is very calm, very zen. Maybe you have your own zen garden. People could be assuming that maybe you meditate. Maybe you do yoga. Maybe people assume that you own your own beautiful home that has like a koi pond. Or people could be assuming that maybe you are like, maybe you work with like fishes in some way. Maybe you have fishes. Maybe you work at like an aquarium or something. Or maybe people feel like, maybe people assume you're like a water sign. Maybe people assume that you could be someone that is very detail oriented. Or even somebody that maybe sees the beauty in everything, and you are always someone that's like focused on the little details of things. So how people assume you, like based off of your looks, pile 3, because like you could be very like punctual about your little, like about the little details in the way that you style yourself. And that could also, people, by the way they see that off of you, that's how they like assume your home is. Like they assume your home is very organized, neat, and like punctual, super detail oriented. And they may also see you as somebody that really pays attention to the details. We also have you are the cherry on top. People feel like you are just like an addition to things. People feel like, you know, they're like, yay, we're gonna have a party, and then they're like, oh my god, pile 3's showing up. That makes it even better. Like people feel like you are an addition to things. When people get to see you, people are like, oh my god, yes, like finally, I've been missing pile 3. Like I haven't gotten to, you know, to tap into pile 3's energy in a while. Like I missed pile 3. It's been a while since I've seen pile 3. It's, you know, people miss your energy. People like feel like when they get to hang out with you, when they get to experience you, it's like just the cherry on top. You know, you're such a unique energy. It's like you touch people's souls. You make an impact on people's lives, pile 3. And it's like you're the cherry on top. You just make everybody's life a little bit better. Another thing I'm getting is people could be assuming that maybe you're part of some sort of sorority. People could assume that you could have that like sorority look, or people could just assume that maybe you were a part of a sorority. There could be something about, people could like assume that maybe you're like a matcha drinker or coffee drinker, or maybe even boba drinker, because we have all 3 here. Maybe you drink all of the above. These are like so cool. Like these are like the most unique drinks I've ever seen. But there could be something about, maybe people feel like you, what people assume about you is that maybe you're like, maybe you go to Starbucks. Maybe people assume you go to Starbucks or like Dunkin' Donuts and get like coffees to start your day. And they could feel like maybe you have always like the most unique drink, or maybe you're somebody that switches up your style a lot and is always like switching up their order. People could find you to be somebody who has like a unique order, or people like to see what drink you come up with next, or like what you bring in. It's giving like show and tell. We have you've been abductive. You've been abducted by my heart. So what people could be assuming is that a lot of people like you. A lot of people have crushes on you. Maybe there could be something about aliens. Maybe people feel like you believe in aliens. Maybe people, like, what people assume about you is that you tend to abduct people's hearts. Like, you tend to get people to fall in love with you, or get a lot of people to, like, have crushes on you. And maybe even accidentally. We have, you are amazing in so many ways, and I'm happy that you exist. So, pile 3, you could be like a mirror to people. You could be like a really strong mirror to people, and why people, like, not only do people love you, but people may also feel like you make people feel better about themselves in a way too. Like, you, not only are you such an amazing person, but you also uplift others. You remind others of how important and how amazing they are. And that's what, even adds more to you. And like, it's not even your job, but like, it's just what happens. But the reason why I say that is because of this mirror here. It's like you mirror that energy into people. And the way people see you, pile 3, they see you as such an amazing person in so many ways. And a lot of people are so happy that you exist. There's a lot of people that, feel so inspired by you, feel like you are so unique and you've made such an impact in their life, such a unique, everlasting impact on their life. People remember the things you say to them. People remember, people think about the things you say to them. People reflect about the things you say to them. And it's like people feel inspired by you, pile 3. A lot of people want to be like you, pile 3. With these here, I think people find you to be like, if you were like a fruit, you'd be like a cherry. You know how cherry's a little bit of like a sexy fruit? I don't know. You know what I mean, okay? They use cherries. You could have like really nice like chest. But like out of all the fruit, you'd be like a cherry. Hot, like you'd be like a hot cherry. I think with the cupcakes here is maybe you could be like a baker. Maybe you bake or you create these very unique, stylish, like appealing items. And or the way you decorate is just phenomenal. What you create is phenomenal. I think something in particular could be you're sweet like cupcakes too. You could be very sweet. You could be really tasty. People could see you as like a cupcake. Like super sweet, loving. Yeah, I think also just like there's something about like the decor of these cupcakes are so unique. And people could really love your individuality. People really love your uniqueness, pile 3. You see how each and every single cupcake here is decorated in a different style, in a different way. Each and individual cupcake is unique. I think you make everybody feel like unique with their own special abilities. And I think you are also so unique in yourself, pile 3, that it's like you are like no other. You are seriously like no other. You could have like a very natural style to the way you decorate. Maybe like a lot of the stuff you decorate is you use a lot of like soft colors, or everything's like very cutesy. Maybe your style, people like assume off of your looks, pile 3, that you could have like a really natural room aesthetic. Maybe these are like the colors you wear a lot. People could assume that your room could have really cute stuffed animals, really cute decor. Maybe you use a lot of greens and whites. There could be something about Mother's Day. People could be assuming that um, you'd be like a great mother. People could be assuming that maybe you are a mother. People could be assuming that, like, off of your looks, is that maybe you have a great relationship with your mother. We have girl boss. Okay, so a lot of people assume that you are a girl boss. People feel like you boss the fuck up. People feel like you're definitely could be very dominant, very demanding, very independent, maybe an entrepreneur, somebody that is not afraid to step up and lead. So I think Pile 3, people really see you to be like this girl boss. We also had this popped up, which was really funny. We have same penis forever. I don't know if I could say that, so I might have to cut that out. But you could be getting like married, or people could see you as somebody that's been in a really long-term relationship, and people could be really happy for you. People see you to be someone who's super loyal. People see you to be someone who is super happy with your relationship, super like you're not like you love and you're like, yep, I'm gonna be with the same man for the rest of my life. Yep, that's my man. People could see you to be someone that is super loyal, super happy to be in your relationship, getting married, and just like long-term relationship that lasts forever. Like you're people, like the way people view you is to be someone that's like super loyal and super dedicated to having that everlasting love in a connection, and celebrating to being like, yeah, I'm married. Yeah, I'm with the same guy for the rest of my life. That's my man. My man, my man, my man. Do you guys know where that's from? Um, we have, there is still time for you to be all that you want to be. There could be a message saying that maybe you feel like you don't have enough time, or maybe um, people feel like you're always rushing to like get somewhere. Um, or this could be a message saying that maybe like people have noticed that you've been taking it slower. People have been noticing that maybe you've been taking more of your time, slowing down a little bit, allowing yourself to like take your time and be patient with things, because you have plenty of time in the world to get what it is you want to get done. And you still have so much time to get to where it is you want to be. People feel like you could be receiving great news. People are assuming off of your looks, like people like see you and they're like, yeah, Pile 3 is definitely somebody to be blessed with some great news. Or they're like, I feel like something really great is going to be happening for Pile 3 soon. Like, there could be something specific about you made it through another week. It's the weekend, baby. There could be something about people feeling like you've been pushing through this difficult time period, and like you are you're getting through it, and people are feeling like all this effort you've been putting in is really going to, you know, sprout into this beautiful blessing that you've been working so hard towards. We have note to self, prioritize your sleep and your mental health. You could be someone that's been really prioritizing their sleep and their mental health, or you could be working towards prioritizing more of your sleep and your mental health. It's okay if taking more time than you thought. It's okay if it's taking more time than you thought. So this could be a message that from the universe is saying, like, you know, stay patient. It's okay if it's taking a little bit more time. You know, we set these high expectations to reach, but thankfully by setting those high expectations, we push ourselves to work really hard, and then we end up almost meeting those high expectations. Might be a little bit extra days, but guess what? We still made it. We still were able to do it, even if it took a little bit longer. So there could be something about people have noticed that you you push yourself and that you're a super hard worker, and but you have a balance with it, and like a healthy balance. It's not like, you know, toxic where it's um like toxic hustle mentality, you know what I mean? And it's okay that it's taking more time. Have, you know, it's about the endurance. It's not about the rush to it. It's about how long can you endure. It's about the steady pace of action. So take your time and have patience. I think pile 3, how people perceive you is you are somebody that is here for the long run. You're somebody that has been, you know, dedicated and consistently putting in that work and that action. And it's been consistently working for you. And people have been noticing you've been very patient. You've developed that stability, that consistency, that dedication. And people see that. So we have remember to fill yourself up. So there could be something about like remembering to, you know, to take care of yourself. I think people have noticed that you've been really taking better care of yourself. Maybe you've been, you know, going to the doctors, getting some checkups, taking care of your health, taking care of your mind, body, and soul. You know, finding time to meditate while also doing what it is that you're doing. It says, don't let yourself react. Or don't let yourself, didn't even mean to say that, but that could be a message. Don't let yourself reach empty. So you could be someone that's constantly, like when you feel like when you're about to be like about to burn out, you're like, hold on, let me take a break from this. Let me, you know, take a break. I'll come back to it when I'm feeling better. I'm not going to burn myself out. You could be someone who's really good at like balancing your energy. And you could have, or you could be someone that's really good at like not burning out. And because of the amount of time you give yourself to relax and fill your cup back up and rejuvenate your energy. Pile 3, people could be assuming that, you know, especially with like sleep, there could be something about like sleeping. You could be, maybe have been sleeping a lot more and people have been noticing that you look more rejuvenated, more relaxed. Like you have, you know, you've gotten your like beauty sleep. You're looking less tired. People have been noticing it. Maybe you've also been staying away from things that drain you, staying away from anything that's like draining your energy, that anything that was making you more tired than you needed to be. You could have been like, you know, maybe removing certain people or certain things out of your life that was maybe, you know, draining you of your energy. And maybe you could be putting more of your energy towards the things that matter to you or matter more to you. And people have been noticing that. People have been noticing you've looked more happier. You look like you have more energy. You are starting off the day with such like high vibration, energy, and just like this new like aura to you. You could be like saving up money, and you could be doing a great job at saving up money. Maybe people have been like wondering if you're getting like a new place or something, or you're moving. People have been noticing that you've really been getting your money up, and you just like look like you've been putting a lot more time and energy into your look. Like you look like you have more money. You look like you know how they say like like do you remember when like there was like a thing about Rihanna when before she got famous, and it was like she looked like she was super tired. She didn't get her hair was always messy, or it was messy, and like she just like looked like an average person, you know. And then once she had her like gotten famous, like her hair's always did, her makeup's looking amazing, her nails are always did. Like even if you have money or not, it's just like a energy you put out that people are like, wow, she puts a lot of energy into her look. And not because it's, you know, for others. She's doing it because she loves herself and she takes care of her own body. She takes care of her own look for her because she knows what she's worth. So there could be something about that. It's like your look, pile 3. People feel like you have money. People feel like you've been getting your money up. Like, people are like, wow, like, she looks like she's been making some good money. We have these dumplings. Maybe people feel like you could be someone, like a side note, you could be someone that maybe could tolerate a lot of like spice. People feel like you could like tolerate a lot of spice. I was also getting maybe you could tolerate a lot of like spicy people. Maybe there's something about tolerating like some unhealthy people, and that could be messages saying like maybe people have been noticing that you've been tolerating a lot more than you needed or need to, and that could be a message of like, again, like maybe like not dealing with the things that drain you. I also got 2222, which is a big message about relationships and partnerships and friendships and all that. So that could definitely be a big message for some of you. But the overall thing is, it could be like that people just feel like you maybe eat a lot of spicy food, or maybe you eat a lot of Asian cuisine, or maybe you just love like those heat up like those microwavable foods. It says, not my circus, not my monkeys, but I definitely know the clowns. So there could be something about people could feel like that maybe you people could be feeling like maybe the people that you are surrounding yourself with are maybe some people in particular aren't the best, like maybe they're a little bit problematic or chaotic, and that could just be like not your energy. It says, not my circus, not my monkeys, but I definitely know who those people are. So there could be something about that, and maybe there's something about maybe you've left that energy in the past and people have been noticing it because you've been, just by your energy, you've been looking a lot healthier, a lot happier. People could love your little workout set. Maybe you have really cute shoes, really cute headphones, and like a matching like, Stanley cup. People could really love your aesthetic. You could look really cute in pink, like a bright pink. Actually, I do sell a pink gym outfit for girls on my website. And I actually wear something similar to this, which is so cute. And it's from that. It's called, it's on 𝒹𝑒𝑋𝑒𝑒. Like, I'll link the website if you're interested. But anyways, so we have Houston. I am probably not the problem. I think people from your looks, like what people assume, like especially after maybe you've cut those people out of your life, people have been noticing that like they're like, yeah, 𝑒𝑒𝑒 wasn't actually the problem. People knew that like you weren't the problem. It was whoever that clown is. And people have been noticing, they're like, yeah, like 𝑒𝑒𝑒 looks like they've been doing great. They look like they're shining, they're thriving, and this could be a sign from the universe. It's like, hey, you did your best, and you weren't the problem. We also have an eviction notice that says, don't let bad thoughts live rent-free in your head. Tell them to F off. So there could be something about maybe people have been noticing that maybe you've been working through your mental health. You've been releasing those negative thoughts. You've been happier, shining brighter, just feeling like, more uplifted and more positive about life. Maybe you've had moments recently or in the past where maybe even recently, like recent, where like yesterday or the other day, where you were having those bad thoughts, and maybe it was like over consuming your day, and maybe you did like journal about it, or you wrote about it, and you thought about it and you reflected on it, and it could have had to do with whatever past problem these messages are talking about, and you're doing a great job. I think people have been noticing like you're doing amazing, you're doing better for yourself. So another thing I'm getting is people could be like assuming that you I just thought of like old money. There could be something about like the old money aesthetic. Maybe people feel like you have like, or you're from a family with money, or you have a lot of money. People feel like maybe you're marrying into a family of money. Um, but overall, pile three, people are like, yep, pile three's getting their money up. We have make yourself a priority. People feel like you prioritize yourself. You're somebody to prioritize yourself. You're somebody to, make sure to always prioritize yourself. People like, people see the effort you put into yourself, the love you have for yourself, just by the way you look. We have in my anxiety era. In my anxiety, anxiety. That song could be significant to you in some way. Maybe you've dealt with anxiety or had anxiety. Maybe you're healing your anxiety. Maybe you're like, you could be someone that's just like, you're more calm, more cool, calm, collected. You're in like your, guru, Zen era. You're like, you know what? Let that shit go, man. Like, you could just like really just become a chill, cool, calm, collected individual, pile three. People have been noticing that maybe you've really been releasing like your anxiety. People maybe have been noticing you're not as anxious anymore. You're more calm. People are like, wow, like, what did pile three do to become such a cool, calm individual? Like, people have been noticing that change, pile three. There could be something about Dragon Tales. I think that's what it's called, like that old movie or show called Dragon Tales, and it's like the two, like the boy and the girl, and they hold the stone, and I think they travel to like a faraway land. It says, I wish a wish with all my heart to fly within the dragons in a land apart. So you could be someone that's very wishful. People could see you to be someone very wishful, a dreamer, someone who with all their wishes come true. Like they wish upon a star and their dream comes true. Magically, people feel like you have magic. People feel like you're super lucky. We have opinions on how I'm supposed to live my life. So you could be someone that like, picks and prize. You like pick certain things that are helpful and then you release what isn't. So like you may have a lot of people constantly giving their opinions on how you should live your life. Constantly. And you could be really good at filing through the piles of opinions and shifting and like sifting through what you should take and be like, you know what? Yeah, actually that works for me. Versus the destructive criticism that doesn't resonate with you or that doesn't help you in any way. And that's the type of opinions you throw into the trash. You're like, no, actually, I'm not going to take that opinion because that's self-limiting. So like, for example, maybe someone's like, oh, maybe you should actually do this instead. Like you say what you're going to do. And you're like, I'm going to actually quit this job. I'm going to go do my other job because that's what makes me happy. And that's where I feel more alive, more fulfilled. And I'm going to go do it. And then somebody's like, I don't know if you should do that actually. I think you should wait a little bit before you do that. I think you should actually hold on to this job before you do that. And it's like, I don't remember asking for your opinion. I don't remember asking for that. But I understand that your opinion on why you're sharing that is because you are scared. And what I just said to you scares you. So you feel like you need to hold on to things. And that's what keeps you stuck in life. But it's not what's going to keep me stuck in life. I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to go full force into that other thing. Because that's what makes me happy. I know what's best for me. So that could be something with you, Pile 3, is that you know what's best for you. So trust you, trust your intuition. And that's how people see you, is somebody who trusts themselves, who knows their own intuition. Let that shit go. Wait, I didn't even see this. I don't remember saving this. We have the past rejection, unwarranted opinions. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think. We have negative thoughts. Yeah. Put that shit in the shredder. We're shifting through the shit and we're tossing it in the trash. You don't need that, 𝑒𝑓. We also have don't bottle it up. You're not taking it personally. You're not upset about it. You're like, you know what? I appreciate, oh my God, thank you so much for your opinion. I think you, thank you so much. And then you brush it off your shoulder and you continue walking down your path, baby. You continue walking down your path. We got negative thoughts in the shredder. We're shredding that shit up. 𝑒𝑓, people know that you're not somebody that's easy to be told what to do. You're not somebody that, people know it. People know that you're not somebody to, be told what to do, to take on other people's opinions and negative thoughts. You're not somebody that, you're your own, you are so uniquely, individually yourself, 𝑒𝑓, that people know that you're not going to just try to fit into a box or try to be like other people. You are so uniquely yourself. And that's what makes you so uniquely special, 𝑒𝑓. And that's what people see in you. That's how people see you. We have don't bottle it up. We have sadness, stress, anger, worries. People feel like you don't bottle up your feelings. People, I just thought of that movie. What is it called? It's with this water or fire sign character. It's this fire sign girl. She's a fire. She's a flame. And then the guy is he's this big, tough guy. Well, he's not tough, but he's the water sign. He's so in tune with his emotions. I feel like you could be someone that really just lets yourself cry. Even when you're in a, situation that you're I shouldn't be crying right now, but you just cry and you let it happen because guess what? We're human. I'm allowed to feel stressed out. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to worry, Feel those emotions. I feel like people feel like you do feel your emotions and you're not afraid to express your emotions. It says, I love you always. You could be someone that's again, super loyal, super loving, someone who's always going to have people's backs. And then we have, you can always start over. Yes. That's that mentality that you have, 𝑒𝑓, where you're listen, if it doesn't work out, guess what? I can always just start over. I'm not afraid to take the risk. That's you, 𝑒𝑓. You are not afraid to just start over if you need it. If you feel like at some point you're you know what, this isn't making me happy anymore, you allow yourself to not let the idea back of the fears hold you back. You're done with that. People see you as someone that's not afraid to start and not afraid to start over. People see you as somebody that isn't somebody that takes care of themselves, somebody that takes their medication when they need it, somebody that, eats, drinks water, takes some rest. Maybe this is calling for you to do those things too. Maybe you need to take some more rest, need to take, that break for yourself, 𝑒𝑓. So people could be seeing you, again, like I said, maybe people are seeing you as tired, or maybe a little bit, you've been working so hard lately. And then for some of you, it could also be that maybe you've been really rejuvenating. You've been really taking in a lot of sleep, really taking care of yourself, and people have been noticing. We have the yes, the absolutely can, you can. The yes, you absolutely can. That's cute. I love that. You could be someone that hypes people up, and you could be someone that's yes, what's that freaking, the Menendez brothers, that brother that's yes, brother, get it in all those colors, get it in all the sizes, he's yes, brother. Yes. You could just be someone that hypes people up, and you're yes, the absolutely fuck you can, yes. I feel like you have that energy, 𝑒𝑓. And lastly, we have you are in control. People see you as someone who's fully in control of their own life. People see you to be someone that is playing their life as, in a video game. They're playing their life like a video game. They're leveling up. They're growing. It's like solo leveling here. They're growing, they're expanding, they're shining. They are in control of what they decide to do, which, options they want to do, what decisions they want to make, what choices they want to make. People see you the way that they see you, pile 3, is you're not afraid to shine. You're fully in control in your own life. And that's the way that people see you. So that is what I have for you, pile 3. Oh, we have one last one. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. And I love this message so much just because, think about it. Sometimes when you take risks, sometimes you win. Majority of the time, 90% of the time, majority of the time you win. Except for don't take that advice when it comes to gambling or something. Obviously, that's not what I mean. What I mean is chasing your dreams, chasing your hobbies, chasing your, goals and ambitions, taking the risks in that way, pushing yourself to actually try and keep going. Because guess what? Each and every time, if you continue to push down that path, you are inevitably going to end where you want to be. Inevitably. You are walking down the path. That means no matter what you do, as long as you keep going, you're going to get there. And so you have a 90% chance, 100% chance of winning. And then sometimes you learn is sometimes, on that road, there's detours. There's a little bit of change, there's a little bit of a turn. And then you learn, okay, now I know better. Now I know for next time. It's not a failure unless you give up. So, and people see you as someone that's never going to give up, pile 3. People feel like you are a quitter. You're a winner, pile 3. People see you as that dominant motherfucker that you are. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye.